threats to giraffes in our region. First one is poaching.
Giraffes have declined by about 40% over the past 30 years.
You do a lot of work with giraffe? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nguruwe ndio watu anakatakata nyama yake. Wacha tukimbie, tulikuwa na nyunupo. Wakati hawa anaona sisi hatuna yani kitu yoyote, kila mmoja anachukua banga. Hebu jaribu kukaribia sisi.
They are real giraffe.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it just this part or is it?
No, yeah, it's just right here and then back.
Wow, what is this?
That's giraffe bone.
Oh, that's a giraffe shoulder bone?
Unlike many other African countries, Kenya boasts thriving populations of wildlife. One species, however, has been on a steady decline. Over the last 3 decades alone, the giraffe has gone down by over 40%. And so, the big question remains, will we, as a nation of Kenya, do what we can to save this towering beauty? Looking at how gracefully they run, it's hard to believe a fully grown male giraffe weighs as much as 2 adult cows, and their hoofs are twice as wide. The average man can barely reach the top of a giraffe's leg. At 1.5 tons, the giraffe strides with elegance, using its craning neck to keep its balance. Giraffes are more than just brown and white. Their distinct patterns have set them apart. There are 4 different species of giraffe in Africa, including the southern giraffe, the northern giraffe, the reticulated giraffe, also known as the Somali giraffe, and the Maasai giraffe. Of the 4 species, the reticulated giraffe is the most endangered. With only 8,000 individuals left in the African wilderness and scattered zoos across the globe, a fraction of the 31,000 individuals counted in 1999. These elegant creatures have rusty brown-orange patches clearly defined by a network of thick and striking white lines. But this beauty is endangered and faces possible extinction in the near future. Due to high levels of testosterone, the alpha male in the reticulated giraffe family appears darker than the rest. Like this male. He stands guard whenever there's unusual movement towards his herd, and if the disturbance continues, the largely non-combative animals choose to vacate the area towards a more tranquil environment. But what really poses such a great danger to the craning wild beauty? This is Meru National Park, approximately 300 kilometers northeast of Kenya's capital, Nairobi. The park is home to approximately 10% of the reticulated giraffe population left in the world. Bakari Chongwa, the man at the helm of this massive game park's administration, acknowledges that poaching is the greatest danger facing the reticulated giraffe.
We are facing a lot of threats on Kenyan biodiversity, emanating right from population pressures, dissemination of a lot of the what we used to call wildlife dispersal areas or corridors, and for as long as what once used to be ranging areas for these animals getting inhabited by people, they are being enclosed for other purposes other than for free-ranging wildlife. That has an impact on the reticulated giraffe.
This is real evidence of what Bakari describes. Just weeks before our Giving Nature a Voice crew arrived, this reticulated giraffe was caught in a metal snare. It's unclear if this particular giraffe was a target of hunters, but rangers had to work quickly to make sure this helpless animal is freed from the killer coil that was eating into its leg with each passing minute.
We were alerted by a tourist group that on a certain place they were visiting, they noticed this giraffe wasn't, and it looked like it had a snare. So we rushed our team, we managed to sight it, and we treated the animal, and it's now gone back to quite a good healthy situation and roaming freely as it were.
Meru's top ranger is happy to report that the Kenya Wildlife Service, a uniformed force in Kenya tasked with the protection of wildlife against poaching, has really enjoyed a big success. Poaching incidents have dropped by almost 70%.
Very good research, and we could encourage you guys to rally researchers to bring us more information about giraffes. Before, I think 2016, there was a notion that there's only one species across the world. But 2016, we got some new findings that actually there are some subspecies that exist into distinct species, not necessarily sub.
Welcome to Garissa Giraffe Conservancy. 370 kilometers from Kenya's capital. A county government-run initiative that until recently rested heavily on the shoulders of a community here. With scouts such as Ahmed Hassan putting their passion beyond money to conserve wildlife.
Hii ni Boraga Giraffe Sanctuary ambayo tulianzisha kama CBO, Community Based Organization, in 1996, na tukashirikiana na KWS, shirika wa wanyama pori. Wakati huo tulikuwa na wanyama 30, 7 wakiwa wounded through bullets from the existing refugees. Hapo tulisaidiana na wanyama KWS mpaka our giraffes after 5 years they have increased in number. Today we have approximately 410 reticulated giraffes.
Hassan has worked at the Conservancy for close to 20 years. For him, the giraffe is not just his favorite animal, but also a source of solace and comfort.
When I saw a hatted giraffe, I feel like hatted. When I saw giraffe bruising, in fact, I come every Saturday because I'm the officer in charge here. When I happen to actually misunderstand with my wife, I just come here for a game drive. I go back while I'm happy.
Surveys at the Garissa Conservancy have counted about 500 giraffes, and there's a special relationship between the scouts and the giraffes. They've even given each animal a name. During their foot patrols, the scouts name the giraffes they spot by their behavior and physical appearance. Retired Army Sergeant Hilo Tuno Nur, who's dedicated his life to conservation of the reticulated giraffe, has named most of the animals here.
Moja ni mama lugha, huyu ni kiwete. Umeona kiwete iko mahali fulani, hata mtu ya mbuzi ukiuliza anakueleza.
But this is not a walk in the park for the scouts tasked with protecting the species. This giraffe eats the same food and resembles the local community's most treasured domestic animal, the camel. Unfortunately, competition for the same food makes the giraffe vulnerable and a target for elimination.
Nguruwe ndio watu anakatakata nyama yake. Wacha tukimbie, tulikuwa na uniform. Wakati hawa anaona sisi hatuna yani kitu yoyote, kila moja anachukua banga. Hebu jaribu kukaribia sisi. Unaona? Ukibata mtu iko na mkosa, hata kama watu 4-5, una bingo hata kitu ingine wacha.
The dangers facing the giraffe come from the very community that Hassan Afe, the chief scout here, has for years tried to steer towards conservation.
I can tell you for sure, 90% of poaching activities is free. Even in the protected national parks, no one can say that's free poaching.
Giraffes here are in danger. Some here believe their meat is healthy and even that it cures disease. Armed bandits roaming the vast northern Kenyan pastoral region sometimes forcefully overpower the scouts so they can shoot and eat the giraffes. Their priority is to conserve their cattle, a symbol of wealth.
Lakini kukuta mimi niko na mkono tupu, labda niko na fimbo na yeye iko na nini au iko na banga, mimi tafanya nini? Nikiongea mimi naongea tu, hawa akibeba tu mimi naenda kwa kambi ya game ndio mimi napiga robot.
So is the extinction of giraffes an actual threat? Stay with us as we find out from researchers and scientists next.